河邊有一塊筆條啊，一錄出來啊，我給念轉去啊。
是何必？有點講法啫。是何必是sản xuất快啲 CB 而家 CB 字。
OK 呗，看来看来要看者，非常的管来也当凉。
Hello?
Hi, it's me again.
Esther. And we're with Michael.
Yep. Michael.
It's getting tuned up. So we're joined by Tay, is it?
Yes,
Oh.
you can call me
Hi.
Yuri as well.
Oh, okay. Hi, Yui. I'm Justin here. I'll be
Hello.
today's presentation. We have a couple of sign-ups as well, but we sent reminders, so I'm not sure whether they'll be on time. But due to I think the limited time that we have, so we'll probably just go ahead with the presentation at 1. And just to let you know, this will be a recorded Zoom presentation. I'll be giving you the host capabilities, so you'll be able to share your screen.
Sure. But I think it will mainly be Michael from Up Education who's doing the presentation.
Michael, is it?
Yep, that's right.
Okay. Then we'll just wait for him to come in first then.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, Michael. Are you there? Hello?
Hi.
Hi, Michael.
Hello. Hello,
You
Esther.
right?
All right.
Anyway, my name is Justin. I'll be the moderator for this presentation itself. And just to let you know, this presentation is going to be recorded together with the Q&A session right after. I will be making you the host right now so you can share your slides. We have actually a few signups, but we'll just take it off from here. Yeah, and allow them. I'll admit them as they come in lah.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, this will be a pre-recorded. This will be a recorded session, so we will be placing this back onto our page as well. Yeah, for our future viewing lah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll hand the Zoom over to you.
Thank you. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michael from Up Education, and today I've also invited Ray from University of Tasmania. So at Up Education, we offer pathway programs to University Tasmania. So today we'll talk a little bit about some of the options that you can choose from. So our international pathway program is located at University of Tasmania in the Hobart campus of Sandy Bay. And we offer foundation courses, diploma, and also pre-masters. But I guess for high school students, when they finish SPM, you can come through our foundation and then on to our first year bachelor degree at University of Tasmania. So for foundation programs, it's essentially for students who completed SPM, and we look at credits or above for the results, and we do look at your 1119 SPM result. So if you pass that, then you don't have to take IELTS. And predominantly for foundation, you can go most of our bachelor degree at University of Tasmania. So we offer a fast track program where it is a 1 semester program, and it's offered for 3 intakes per year, and tuition fees is 18,000 Australian dollars. So we offer July and November and February. For our standard program, it's an 8 to 9 months, 2 semester program. And it's also offered for 3 intakes per year. And the tuition fees is $20,800. So we have July, November, and February intake. So this is just a testimonial from our Malaysia student, and she has completed our foundation course and then now on to her undergraduate degree. So these are just the bachelor courses that you can come through after you finish your foundation program. Doing our pathway programs is a guaranteed progression. So if you pass the required GPA from the foundation course, then you will be admitted to your bachelor degree. With our first year diploma programs, it's essentially a bachelor year 1 degree. However, in that first year diploma, you'll be studying with most of international students. And with that, you will be easily transitioning to your second year because we offer more student support in English, settling in with your peers, and lots of other different activities that you can do during your first year diploma program. So in our first year diploma programs, we offer three streams. One of the streams is business. Business, it is an 8 to 9 months diploma course, and then after that, you'll progress to your bachelor degree. And we offer 3 intakes per year, and tuition fees is $25,500. And predominantly, this one, if you finish your A-levels, STPM, then you'll be able to come into our first year diploma. So our intakes are July, November, and February. So these are the programs that you can progress into after you finish your bachelor diploma of business. For engineering, it is also a 8 to 9 months program, but with this, we only offer 2 intakes per year. Tuition fees is $25,500, and for engineering, it's a little bit higher with the requirement of completion. We need an average grade of 70 or above. So the 2 intakes that we offer is July and February. And these are the progression to your second year of the bachelor program in engineering. And for Diploma of Science, you can actually, it is also a 3 intake per year. Tuition fee is $25,500. The completion of requirement, you'll need an average score of 50% or above to progress to your second year bachelor degree. So the 3 intakes that we offer is July, November, and February. And these are the courses that you can pursue when you progress into your second year of your bachelor degree. So to apply, it's very easy. You'll just need to go on and to the internet on StudyLink and to apply for the course, and MMS will help you to lodge your application, to help your visa, and all the application process, they'll help you from there. So if there's any inquiries regarding your application, just feel free to contact MMS. And we do offer a scholarship as well. A scholarship, we have a 10% foundation scholarship, and also 20% for your first year diploma scholarship. This will be merit-based, so we will assess it with your academic result, and if you achieve the score that we require, then we will be able to assess and honor you for scholarship. And once you enter your second year or your first year diploma course at University Tasmania, you'll be able to get another scholarship from the University of Tasmania. It's also merit-based as well. So for student support, orientation, at University of Tasmania, for our pathway program, we offer a lot of different activities for you to join, and a lot of counseling service that you can use, and we have clubs, societies as well. So many of students from Pathway College will join a lot of our societies to mingle with other friends, to get familiarized in Tasmania. So yeah, so each weekend we also organize a lot of different things for you to do. And for student accommodation wise, you can, for students who are under 18, you can stay either homestay or on-campus accommodation. The on-campus accommodation is also under 18 authorized accommodation, but it's first come, first serve. So you'll have to apply early to secure a spot. So the one that I was talking about, it's called Jane Franklin Hall, the on-campus accommodation. So I just want to share with you one of our video about our currently, since the border is closed, for all our pathway programs will be offering online. So just want to share with you a video of how our students are doing learning for our online teaching.
Okay, so we are going to do a little bit of crime solving today, and I'm going to give each of you different bits.
Michael, I think the screen is not showing the video.
Yeah.
No? Oh, let me.
Your slideshow, I think, is still stopped at the accommodation slide. Yeah.
Is it working now?
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so we are going to do a little bit of crime solving today, and I'm going to give each of you different bits of evidence, and you guys need to communicate with each other to solve the crime.
Can we share the evidence with each other? Or?
Yep, so you all have to talk to each other.
He was arrested by authorities at the Mexico City airport.
Oh, why? Okay.
Well done, guys. You got pretty close about all of the evidence. All right.
I think we didn't have enough.
Yeah, you did excellent. Thank you so much.
2.5 is usual.
Unusual? Yep. What about this one?
That's minus 2.2, so it's not usual, unusual.
It actually is.
It's unusual. Yeah, it's unusual.
Oh, is it?
2 times standard deviation, like you know, something is more than or less than, that is unusual.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. So we don't worry about the negative. Okay, we're going to have to start in a minute. Okay. All right, let's get going. Make sure you have your notes with you. I don't expect you to memorize stuff. Which condition is not necessary? Well, we don't need to know our population. I'm not even going to pronounce that name, but well done. Well done, Jay. Is that Simon or not Simon? Good job. Well done. Okay.
So with our online learning, we try to be as interactive as possible. And we will actually, it's for Monday to Friday, students will be going to study online. It's set schedule, so students have all the classes that they need to go onto their timetabling. So it's basically, it will be around 9:30 in the morning to around about 2 in the afternoon. Students will be learning online, and then after that, you have your time to do your own studies and other things that you need. So I think that's it from me. If there's any about application on your pathway, please feel free to contact MMS. They will be able to help you. Sorry, Ray, do you have anything to add on about University Tasmania bachelor degree?
Hi everybody. Thank you for that presentation, Michael. Well, I guess in terms of a bachelor's degree, I will not dive into the details of the bachelor's degree. But what I would like to do is actually to introduce University of Tasmania, to let you know what Tasmania is like, because I know some of the students might have not seen or experienced Tasmania themselves or been there for a holiday. So I guess what I'll do is let me share with you who is Tasmania and how does Tasmania looks like. So perhaps let me get my, Justin, can I trouble? Yeah. Yes, that's right. Thank you, Justin.
All right.
So let me get my slide up and running. Cool. So for Tasmania, as you know, Australia is actually a country with 4 seasons, all right? So at the moment, we are coming out of our winter season in Tasmania. And this winter particularly was a little bit more cold than the rest of the winter. So normally, Tasmania will expect snow on the mountain, but not snow at sea level. But somehow this year, there was snowfall up to sea level, and that is why in the city, we were able to collect at least about 1 to 2 inches of snow this year. But it didn't last. By half of the day, then the snow melt away and so forth. But this year, winter did look like, you know, how this wallaby is in the picture here. So if let's say students come over to Tasmania, once in a while, this could be a surprise that for you to experience, to have snow in Tasmania. But generally, if you look at the temperature that we have in Tasmania, we are a more milder climate as compared to the rest of Australia, especially when it comes to summer. So we have a more cooler summer as compared to places like perhaps Queensland or the Northern Territory, because Australia, it's actually quite diverse in that sense, and Tasmania has a more milder temperature. Now, getting into Tasmania, because we are the only state in Australia that is island. So, and on top of that, we do not own our own international airport. Therefore, students will need to take an international flight from Malaysia into either Melbourne, Sydney, or Brisbane, and then they do a domestic transfer down to Tasmania. All right, and because of this, the state of Tasmania depends very much on the rest of the Australia state to be safe enough to open before we can open our borders. So because Melbourne and Sydney, we have daily transit flight down, whereas places from like Perth and Adelaide is weekly flight transit. So because we depend very much on Melbourne and Sydney, so as long as they are safe to open, we will open. But as long as they are not safe, we will still keep our borders closed. But that being said, like what Michael mentioned, we are ready and prepared to take all our classes online next year in case Melbourne does not stable down. So we are ready to conduct it online already. Now, Tasmania is actually a very interesting state in Australia, even though we are part of Australia, but the climate, the environment of Tasmania is more like New Zealand actually, because if you look at the Google map here, half of Tasmania is still green. And that half green Tasmania is our heritage national forest. We cannot develop that. And because of that, it gives us one of the most cleanest air in the world. So that's why a lot of people, when they say that, when they reach, they feel like the air is crisp, which is very hard to experience here in Malaysia. Because of the clean water environment around Tasmania Island as well, we are able to have more biodiversity in our water. So if you look into some of the world ranking program, Tasmania ranks very well for our marine biology. We ranked very well for our agriculture science. We also rank very well for all of our environmental blue and green type of courses, because Tasmania is given that chance and we have the environment to promote all these kind of things. And even though Tasmania looks small as compared to the rest of Australia, but the Tasmania Island is made up of approximately 100 Singapore islands. So if you imagine we take Singapore, we multiply it by 100, put them together, that is how big Tasmania is. But the population of Tasmania is only 530,000. So you have a lot of space, it's not congested, it is not crowded, and it's a very nice place for people to move around and to have that work-life balance that people so crave in the city center. And if, in case you are not aware, Tasmania runs on 93% renewable energy. So a lot of our energy is clean energy, and we actually export this energy back to Melbourne and Sydney because they use so much energy and we produce a lot more that we can use. So if let's say you're interested to study things like renewable energy or engineering type of courses, we do encourage you to think about University of Tasmania. Now, something that is very uniquely in Tasmania, the first one is actually the eucalyptus plant. It is the tallest flowering tree in the world, and it can only be found in Tasmania. And if comparing it to be the tallest tree, this is the fourth tallest tree, but the tallest flowering tree. All right, so that's the distinction there. And then, of course, we know there's a Tasmanian devil, which it used to be roaming around in Australia, but because of the history and people hunting it, now you can only find it in Tasmania. And lastly, this fish in the middle is actually a very exciting discovery. So this fish is actually called the red handfish. The red handfish is an endangered species fish in the world. So the recorded population is about 40 fishes in the world. But last year, our marine biology team led by one of our lecturer with some of the research students actually found a new species that is based in Tasmania. We were not out to look for it actually. We stumbled upon this red handfish fish by chance because in the community, it's already thought that, you know, other than that recorded 40 fishes that is not supposed to be found in Australia, we thought we will never find any more than that anymore. But surprisingly, we found a new population here in Tasmania, and it is recorded and reported by National Geographic. So you can actually find the video of this adventure, this exciting discovery from the National Geographic website. So I encourage those who are interested to have a look. And if, let's say, you would like to be part of this type of discovery in the future, Tasmania is definitely the place for you to consider. So the University of Tasmania is actually the 4th oldest university in Australia, and we are the only state university in the state of Tasmania. With approximately 45,000 population of students, estimated 8,000 of them are international. So these international students comes from everywhere around the world, and so you'll be able to make friends that is from every corner of the globe. So it's actually a very interesting stage of life, actually. We do have a few campuses, but for students who are coming into our foundation, you will be based here in our Hobart campus here, which is our Sandy Bay campus here. All right, now Jane Franklin Hall is about 20 minutes walk from the university, but Jane Franklin Hall does provide a daily shuttle, and this is the only private accommodation that University Tasmania engages with. As I've mentioned, I have a lot of course offering. If, let's say, you are interested in any particular course, please reach out to MMS, because MMS is one of our long-standing and well-trusted agent in Malaysia. They will be able to guide you accordingly and give you all the accurate information to come into the University of Tasmania. So these are all the accommodation option that is run by the university. For under 18 students, you either choose a homestay or we have an approved under 18 accommodation for students to stay in. All right. This is an estimated cost of living should, let's say, you choose to stay in Tasmania. Comparing it to the rest of the bigger city like Melbourne and Sydney, Tasmania is definitely much more, what's that word? Cost effective. Yes, cost effective. It's not as expensive, and you don't need to spend much on transportation because all of our accommodation is within 10 to 15 minutes walking distance. Now, lastly, I have a video that I like to share with you. This is actually a time-lapse video, which you can find it on YouTube. And it actually captures the essence of Tasmania, because many times people or students or parents will come and be worried, Tasmania, is it very quiet, like kampong like that? Which is actually not. We have where our city, buzzing city, but at the same time, the serene nature of things is not too far away from the city. So the next video that I'm going to show you actually tells that story about Tasmania. So that's it for me to tell you the story about Tasmania. I hope you enjoyed it.
All right, thank you very much, Ray and Michael. Anyway, just for the sake of, I think, Isaac, would you like, do you have any questions to ask, or is there anything in particular that you're interested in after the presentation itself? And for our post recording bits for people who are viewing after this session, yeah. Actually, there's one thing that that I would like to ask because I have a very good friend, and actually another one is a son of a friend who one graduated from University of Tasmania, and another one is I believe he's still studying in Tasmania right now. Would you say that you would learn to appreciate the outdoors a bit more, or if you're somebody who's very interested in the outdoors, that would be a main draw for the University of Tasmania experience?
Well, I believe learning to appreciate would yes, that is definitely one thing, because it's very hard to find that in Malaysia. And in Malaysia, even though we are given that environment and opportunity, but we have to travel so far. Like I'm actually based in KL, and I want to go to the Taman Negara. I have to cross the state, drive almost 1 hour away to that Taman Negara just to experience it. But in Tasmania, it's just like another 20 minutes drive away. Some people stay closer, and it's just like a 10 minutes walk away to the nearest nature where you can experience that tranquility, that serenity in Tasmania. And a lot of people, at least 8 out of 10 that I've met who has been to Tasmania, they would absolutely love the place, and they would highly recommend the environment of Tasmania. And at the same time, being one of the oldest university in Australia, we do have that history of academic record, and so our quality of teaching is not compromised. So it's actually a best of both worlds. But I do have to let students know to expect a little bit expectation management. We are not KL, we are not Singapore. If let's say you are the kind of person that just likes to go to malls and malls and malls, then Tasmania is not the place to be.
Understand. I mentioned that because the two friends who graduated, the one who's still there, they are two of the most outdoorsy people that I know. One of them graduated in law, a very good friend of mine, and my friend's son is actually doing marine biology there right now. And they did mention that University of Tasmania, it was a no-brainer, considering the, I would say, the extent of nature that's available right there to study.
Yeah, I agree. And when we mention outdoor activity, unless you've been to see, it's a little bit difficult for students to imagine, because the outdoor activity in Tasmania is very different from the outdoor activity in Malaysia. To be honest, in Malaysia, we will try to stay indoor. We don't want to go outdoor. But there's so many things to do in Tasmania. People like to cycle wherever they go because the weather is just so lovely. And because sometimes it can be windy, you would actually enjoy the warmth of the sun outdoor. People do a lot of things: hiking, camping, fishing, rock climbing, sailing. So all those kind of outdoor activities, which is impossible to experience in Malaysia.
Understood. And with regards to actually the online learning right now with the COVID situation and whatnot, you mentioned that Tasmania, because of its reliance to other bigger cities, how, if in the event that they do not open as swiftly as we would like, that would affect the students' entry into the university physically, right?
Correct. And so if students wish to continue on to with the program, so just now Michael's video was actually one of the example of how we conducted class online. Students are expected to present themselves online because they will be noticed if they just on the computer and they're not there. So we are prepared to take everything online, because July was our intake, the past intake, and we were forced to take everything online for July, and so we know what to expect already, and so we are ready for it next year.
Understand. Would that make any difference to the fees, depending on duration?
Unfortunately, fees will not change, be it for the foundation or the degree course.
Okay, understood. If you do have anything to ask Isaac, please go ahead. But I'll be doing the most of the questions right now, I think. Yeah. But besides that, you mentioned how have the students been taking to the online course so far? Because I mean, for lectures, that's not too much of an issue, but for the tutorials itself, there would be a generally a slightly smaller teacher to student ratio. Would that be the same for the online learning as well?
For online learning, students are expected to still do their assignments. There are lectures that they are expected to attend as well. So other than it being an online thing, nothing has changed. But the examination requirement, we did tweak that a little bit. Understandably, perhaps students might not be able to perform too well if, let's say, if it's an exam. So we changed that format slightly a little bit. They will still be an exam, don't get me wrong, but we are doing it at a more understanding capacity. Yeah, but students are expected to still wake up according to Australia time to attend their lecture and tutorial. So if it's like, because now they are 2 hours ahead of us, so if lecture is scheduled at 9 o'clock Australian time, they will have to wake up at 7 o'clock Malaysian time to do it. No excuse for that.
Okay, understood. And with regards to the scholarship and that Michael mentioned earlier, there was a 10% to 20%. That's upon entry, depending on your, let's say, A-level results and the results before you enter the university itself.
Yes, it's merit-based. So for foundation, we look at the SPM result. If they achieve the certain score that we require for foundation, then they will get the 10%. It will be merit automatically assessed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about I would say a bigger scholarship or even a grant? Does the university tend to offer that as well? If the students perform well?
So for you mean extra scholarship for students?
Yeah.
No, not at the moment, but we have a set scholarship pool for Malaysia students. So if they achieve that, then we will pull out the pool in for the scholarship in Malaysia and we'll give it to the students.
Okay, understand. Thank you. And roughly what sort of numbers of students actually do you have actually from Malaysia itself? Would you have some sort of numbers, figures for us as well? Just for an understanding.
Are we talking about foundation course or in the university in general?
Foundation course as well as the university. But foundation course first lah. Yeah.
Okay. So at the moment, for foundation or diploma, we have around about 10 students, 10 to 15 students from Malaysia who is currently taking online, or they've been in Tasmania when border is not still open, so in January.
Okay, I understand.
And as for the degree students, so degree students, they can come in after A levels. So it really depends on which level of entry student wants to come into Tasmania. For degree students in 2020, the total students that's coming in from Malaysia is about 75 plus minus. We had more in February. July was much lesser, but both February and July add up together for 2020, I have close to 75. As for last year, there was more because last year in 2019, there was no such pandemic to whatnot. Then the total numbers coming in from Malaysia was about 100-ish plus like that lah. So that is a good gap that we estimate every year, just Malaysians coming into Tasmania. But this is across all courses, you know, from degree to masters or even to PhD, across all.
Okay, understand. No, the reason I'm asking is because I mean, for for some parents, the worry is that there's no what we call community support lah, so to speak lah. Okay, thank you very much.
We do have a very strong Malaysian Student Society. So if any students they are interested, you know, they can actually find the Malaysian Student Society, MSS UTAS, I think, if I remember correctly, on Facebook, and they consistently post, you know, all the kind of, if let's say it's close to exam, they will actually give out care package that has like a few chocolates and whatnot to boost your energy during halfway study, and Maggie cup. That's like epic. And every now and then you will find students, because they really do miss Malaysian food, then they will do a big cook of nasi lemak, and there will be leftovers. Then they will tell people, oh, okay, we have leftover nasi lemak, please feel free, come and get it for like $3 or $4, and it will be snatched up immediately. But they always have this kind of support and post on their Facebook page, so students can actually have a look and have a feel.
Okay.
And you can find all your seniors there as well.
Okay, sounds good. Anyway, thank you very much. I think our time is almost up today. Thank you very much, Michael and Rui, for your presentation. Very insightful. And I do hope anybody who's interested, please get in touch with Esther. I can get in touch with Michael or Rui as well. All right. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Yuri.
Thank you.
Thank you.